made earlier by my colleague MP for ROB. The issue is, at the end of the day, fundamentally, pollution of water bodies. Ghana gets 60% of its protein needs from fisheries. Marine fisheries, inland fisheries, we are now looking at promoting and protecting aquaculture. What is happening with Galamsey is affecting the aquatic ecosystem of oceans and especially fresh water. So the fish stock depletion that we are experiencing now is not only due to illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, for which the EU has placed a yellow card on Ghana. It is also as a result of the effects of Galamsey polluting water bodies that run into the ocean, and also for inland fisheries affecting the quality of water. And therefore, traditional fish species are dying. It is a dangerous situation, and the earlier something is done about it, the better. That is why I commend my colleague for this platform, and also recommend highly to the ministry that please engage the Ministry of Fisheries in your activities. I thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Honorable Minister of Fisheries. Let me take, this is the minister's round, so let me take Honorable Lydia and Minister of State for Public Sector Reform, MP for Tiffany. Please send the mic.
Culture of proper small-scale mining in Ghana is both timely and imperative. It speaks to the pressing need for collective action in addressing the challenges of small-scale mining while ensuring that it remains a sustainable and beneficial activity for our people. Over the years, we have witnessed an alarming level of environmental degradation caused by illegal and irresponsible mining practices. Our forests are being degraded. Our water bodies are being heavily polluted, rendering our lands barren. This is not only a threatening gesture to our ecosystem, but has also jeopardized the livelihood of many communities that depend on these natural resources. All three water basin systems in the country are under real threat. We have lost 44 of our forest reserves to illegal mining activities, and it will cost us several hundreds of thousands of cedis or dollars to reclaim them. The public outcry on this issue is testament to the urgency with which we must act. Therefore, as honorable members, you are not only lawmakers, but also direct representatives of your people who are most affected by the impact of these illegal mining activities. On our water bodies, in the very communities we oversee, babies born with defects or stillborns, and that is of particular pain to us women. To go through the whole process and have your joy curtailed is not something we look forward to. It is therefore fitting that we convene here today to engage in meaningful dialogue and orientation on how we can collectively tackle this national concern. The government of Ghana recognizes that restoring responsible mining practices require a multi-stakeholder approach, and this is why we have outlined deliberate steps to curb the illegal mining, regulate the sector effectively, and ensure that small-scale mining is conducted in a manner that benefits the economy and the local communities without compromising the environment. We appreciate that this is a battle that cannot be fought by the government alone. and we acknowledge the crucial role of Parliament, of CSOs, all of us, in shaping policies, providing oversight, and ensuring compliance within the constituencies within which we serve. In the past months since assuming office, our Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofi Boa, has hit the ground running. Congratulations. And you have done so head-on, tackling the issues. We must work together to ensure that small-scale mining is not synonymous with destruction, but rather an avenue for economic empowerment, job creation, and sustainable development. In conclusion, I extend my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this conference, our esteemed speakers, all participants, for your unwavering dedication to this cause. Let us engage constructively, deliberate effectively, and most importantly, leave here today with a renewed sense of purpose to restore a culture of proper mining in Ghana. I want to thank you for your kind attention and wish all of us a wonderful day. Thank you.
And our water bodies. The presentation will give you some background, yes, and then give you some perspective of our historical mining activities in Ghana. As you all know, illegal mining predates 1980s, and those days, we all know people were not using the type of equipment we are having today on the landscape. People were using implements, the hoes, the shovels, the pickaxes, and for that matter, the devastation was not pronounced as we see today. Please, let me direct you before you go back. Somewhere in February 2003, 3 companies used to do prospecting in our forest reserves. These 3 major companies were Newmont Ghana, Chirano Mining, and NDC. These people were given licensing to mine in our forest reserve legally. And then in 2004, but only 10 of them were granted leases to mine.
We are extremely also grateful to the heads of agencies present, and I welcome all the ladies and gentlemen who, in spite of not being qualified to be here, have found themselves here, including those who lost their elections. I thank you all for your active participation and insightful contributions. Today has been an opportunity for us all, as representatives of the people, to gain a deeper understanding of the urgent need to restore a culture of proper artisanal and small-scale mining in Ghana. I will not use the word illegal or Galamsey, because they are just illegal because we made it so. We allow the commercial mining to be legal. We also allow some small-scale mining to be legal, but others will say they are illegal because we legislated them to be illegal. I believe from the presentations, particularly the gory images we have seen, would have made an indelible mark in our minds. I've been part of this process for some time now and had one opportunity to hold a discussion with the leadership of small-scale mining at Kumasi. I've also seen on social media distressing images. And as a former Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing, I confronted some of the situations that were just narrated by some of the participants. And we were actually defeated because we could not match the strength and anger of those who were involved in it. There I realized that it was not just a few individuals that were involved, but it was the whole society that had given approval and in fact actively involved in what was happening on the ground. But we can no longer afford to turn a blind eye to the devastation that this type of mining has brought upon our lands, our forests, and our water bodies, and in fact, our food crops. As members of Parliament, we hold a sacred duty to ensure that the resources in our constituencies are managed responsibly and sustainably for the benefit of present and future generations. But it's important for all of us to note that the foundation of all human rights is that of the right to life. It's so sacred that the first law of nature is self-survival. And we all have it in our local dialects that you cannot be carrying food and die of hunger. That is the reality we are faced with. And we should take that on board in whatever solution we are trying to find to this crisis. And we all know that anytime you have a challenge, it's also an opportunity. And when you have crisis, you have prizes and you have prizes. And so together we can turn this around to our advantage. So the artisanal and small-scale mining, when we are able to get it done responsibly, has the potential to uplift our communities, create sustainable jobs, and contribute significantly to our national economy. Other governments have failed. They have failed because they did not get the proper prescription. This government cannot afford to fail. It will lead to hopelessness. The people have given us a huge trust, and they are very hopeful that together with them we'll find a solution to this serious national challenge. Honorable members, the fight against this culture of artisanal and small-scale mining is not the responsibility of the sector minister and his public servants alone, or that of the government. It is a collective responsibility that requires the commitment of all of us. I have small-scale mining in my area. In fact, my former constituency abounds with a lot of gold. We encourage foreign investors to take over the concessions, mine and take away our precious gold, and that one is lawful, it's not illegal. But when our own people struggle to create jobs for themselves, struggle to survive in spite of the dangers that they know they are facing, you call that illegal and you go to shoot them on sight. Please, this is a mark of a serious indictment on leadership. This is a collective effort, and the solution is not far. And I want to commend the minister for this initiative because it's the way forward. Sooner than later, we'll find a national solution to this problem. And it will be a win-win situation. I want to assure you, Honorable Minister, that we in Parliament stand with you in this fight. And we will provide the necessary legislative backing and oversight to ensure that your efforts and that of the government yield the desired results. Some years ago, I had a discussion with consultants from Australia on this type of mining. It's not only in Ghana, it's global. How have the others managed it? And we cannot. And so there are answers to these questions, and they are not easy to find. When you use force, you know action and reaction. The small science I learned will only produce fire. And the military will say, fire quenches fire. But the advice of the Stone Age is different. This said, let me be unequivocal in stating that Parliament will not tolerate any member of Parliament, regardless of your position, who is found to be complicit in destructive mining activities. There is a petition before me concerning a member of Parliament, and the member will tell you that I have initiated investigation into that petition. And the member himself has appeared before me on that. We are not going to countenance it at all. What we've seen today is just a stark reminder of the consequences of such actions. As lawmakers, we must lead by example. Any member of Parliament caught engaging in or facilitating this type of existential threat to our lives will face the full rigors of the law. And I mean what I say. We cannot preach accountability and integrity to the nation while turning a blind eye to misconduct within our ranks. And some of you, the misbehavior that has happened in my absence, I've taken full note of them. And what will happen will happen. As we leave this conference, let us carry with us a renewed sense of purpose and determination. Let us be champions of responsible mining in our constituencies. Let us educate our communities, support sustainable practices, and work collaboratively to eradicate the menace of environmentally destructive mining. The task ahead of us, as the senior prefect has stated, is daunting. But I'm very confident. With great resolve, we can create a proper culture of sustainability and environmentally friendly mining in Ghana. We can only do this when leadership shows the way. It's better to invest in the mining sector than to invest in what we are doing these days. Very useless, expensive spending. But let me end by thanking all of you for your participation and commitment. And let us go forth and be the change we wish to see. Thank you, and may God bless our homeland Ghana and make us stronger and better. Thank you so much.
Let's go back. Yo.